And in terms of, you talk about delegation there, and managing people and that sort of thing. So let's talk about talent. And you make mention of finding great people and getting great people on X. Have you had any uses from an aviation perspective for your team, or for going to close a great hire or that sort of thing?
Yeah, I haven't let anybody in my company fly it yet. It's in the future maybe, but we're all remote. Like my head of finance is in Boston. My property manager is, in Ohio, head of property management. So we are spread out, but my partner and I have made meetings with the airplane. We have recruited, we have went to see potential executive hires, in the airplane. So yeah, I mean, the key to business is finding the right people. And you got to sell them. You got to convince them that, your company is going to provide a better something for them, whether it be earning, opportunity, fun, quality of life, something.
Absolutely. And in terms of your business, obviously you've got a bunch of service businesses. You've got somewhere that you raised a lot of money for last year to buy, which is essentially recruiting people overseas, as all sorts of jobs, within a business, which is awesome. We leverage them in my business as well. In terms of your businesses, one of them, you often need to be somewhere very quickly to close a deal, which is real estate. And I have been a part of a real estate deal in the storage side of things with someone here that in Tulsa, and we flew out to a site in Kansas to try to close the deal quickly, and got the deal. Have you used the jet yet to make a quick close on a deal because it's highly competitive or that sort of thing?
Not yet, no. And I actually don't even mess with billing my individual entities for jet time. I don't think that's fair to my investors. If I want the convenience of getting somewhere faster, my investors shouldn't have to pay $9,000 extra for a deal for me to do that. So I kind of have a holding company, my media company, that I run all my business trips through, also run my personal trips, and I pay personally for those, just because it's not like I'm very high audit risk, and it's not worth the risk to try to deduct my Colorado summer trip with my family, to my entity. So yeah, I'm pretty careful about it, but also I've had the plane for a year and 3 months, and we've closed on one deal, and it was about an hour and a half drive away. So I drove. So I haven't yet used it to close a quick deal.
No worries. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure in the future that'll come into play, but I think that's a really good philosophy with, particularly in your situation where you've got a lot of different businesses, you've got a lot of investors, that sort of thing. It can sometimes be hard to justify spending a lot of money on aircraft. A lot of the people that we talk to on this show have their own aircraft. They're 100% owner in their business or majority owner, that sort of thing. It's a little bit easier to justify, but that's a really good philosophy to sort of think of. It's actually your convenience versus necessarily the business. And as the businesses grow and that sort of thing, I'm sure it'll become more possible to do that sort of stuff. But
yeah, I think that's a. If I were an investor, like this is a touchy subject that's kind of important. So we might as well talk about it. If I were an investor, and we were buying a $1 or $2 million deal, and my GP, my general partner who was putting the deal together, flew private to see that deal, and all of a sudden we see, a $15,000 expense on the management company books for that deal that I, as an investor, pay for, I wouldn't be happy about that at all. We're not operating at the scale. Like now, look, if there's a $100 million multifamily deal, yes, okay, that makes perfect sense, and maybe it can be justified. But yeah, I don't really believe in, at least for these small deals, putting my investors with any bills. My partner and I will run that expense through our self-storage management company for sure, but we own that company together, and our investors don't, eat that. So I look at it as kind of the cost of doing business from a big perspective. Hey, we have 62 properties. We've raised $40 million. We're building this portfolio. We're not going to worry about deducting, $40,000 in flights a year against our individual deals.